onto the field now comes. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Second down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, look at the juke. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. And even 50 yards. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
Eddie Royal is intended target. That'll bring up second down. But 2016, as we see there, pretty much back to form.
How about the rehab, the dedication, got his quickness and agility back, and lost none of his playmaking skills.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Second and 10. It's Cutler again. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. That one good for 17.
The last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jaquiz Rodgers, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are in for 6. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker. And now it's third down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down. And the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. On 4th down, Romo finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. This is Morris. Uses the stiff arm. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They run with Morris down to about the 22 here. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. One back is Morris. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And quickly they get to the line. Romo now to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, James Hanna. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
They'll run it here. This is Rodgers. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. The 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Now Rodgers. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Cutler on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here we go. It's Cutler on 4th down. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On the ground, Rodgers. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
He hits White, complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Do you know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now Cutler to throw on 2nd down. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
He's got time in the pocket, and this will be incomplete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jacquizz Rodgers with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bears cut into that lead. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Off play action. Romo. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Romo. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Now Elliott, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's Romo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. Romo now to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Bryce Butler, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys add on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's at least
she's on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. This will be fielded at the 17. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
While it may seem like an every-game occurrence, let's not treat it that way. Tony Romo's had some injury issues, right? He's starting to advance in years. To watch what he and Des Bryant did in this game, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, when they do that, they're hard to stop.
Yeah, they really are. Lots of connections, which means big-time offense, which usually leads to victory for their team. In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
A good pickup there at 22. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. To throw under a heavy rush, and down he goes. B.J. Goodson, the rookie out of Clemson, in there to drop him, and that will go into the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Now it's Cutler. Jeffrey with a catch left side. The 12 yards that time and picking up the 1st.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Cut in left. Cut in left.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. On 3rd down, Cutler. He hits White, complete. Kevin White, 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. but run after the catch ability, rack ability is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Cutler to throw on 2nd down. He's got time. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And they're going to speed things up here. They'll throw on 1st down with Cutler. It's caught by Royal. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, it's Cutler. Surveying the field. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. And they're going to go soft on the corners. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Well, they now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. From the shotgun, Cutler. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Tony Moeaki, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears get a bit closer. Cutler now to throw. Now Cutler in trouble. He lost the football. And the defense stands tall. The 2-point try is no good. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. the practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Let's go. 180. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, Charles...
DJ Fresh. Now and it all reminds me of California. DMV all reminds me of California, 'cause it's no place like it.